Hi everybody, this is Boog Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Captain America figure. So before we take a look at Captain America, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with the right arm of the Thor Build-A-Figure, and as you can see I have him all built, so I will be reviewing each of the figures in the wave, and then I will be reviewing him. And up next, or for his final accessory I should say, he comes with his shield. And the original version of this figure did not come with this shield. It was really tiny. It was only about the size of the silver circle right here. That's about all the bigger it was. And it had like weird rubbery straps that really didn't work, that just kept popping open. It was weird. It was a terrible shield. But this one is the new Captain America shield, and it looks really nice. And you can just slide this onto his hand or his wrist like so. And you can also get him holding that strap right there really easily. So taking a look at the head sculpt of this figure, since that's the last accessory that he comes with, the head sculpt doesn't look too bad, but it could have looked better. I mean, you can definitely tell that it's Chris Evans, but it just looks so spotty. The eyes look really pixelated, and he just has a lot of pixelated paint there. They tried to use the printing to give him some shading to his skin there, and it just kind of looks like freckles or just pixels. The silver on his forehead came out pretty clean. As you can see, they could have painted the edges just a little bit better, and his wings just aren't even painted that nice. They're painted horribly. That left one is terrible, and the right one is just a little bit better. You can see that it's still missed just a little bit there, but that left one is just awful. And I also feel like he has a really long, weird neck. This figure is just a straight-up re-release from the first one. The only thing that's different is the paint, and they gave him the head from the Quantum Suit Captain America figure. Taking a look at the previous figure, I got this is actually the Hulkbuster UK version. I did the same thing as Hasbro. I put the Quantum Suit head on the old 2012 body. And as you can see, the colors on this one are a lot more accurate. Like, instead of the white and red, you get that grayish color and the darker reds. And this whole figure is just a darker color in general and has better paint apps to it. But all these years later, and Captain America still has that star on his back, and he doesn't even have that in the movie. It still amazes me that Hasbro, basically just re-released a figure from 2012. There was also the 2015 re-release, but it was just a straight-up re-release of the figure. I don't think they even changed anything for it. And it still has these awful hips. And I think the arms are also pretty bad. But as you can see there, they really just changed the collars on these. It didn't come with this shield. I put that shield on him because of how small that other one was. But yeah, it's weird that they chose to release this. I would have preferred an in-game Captain Marvel figure instead of this. I know why they made it, is because of the time travel scene in New York. But I feel like it's a figure not a lot of people asked for. Nobody asked for a redo. And since we did get this redo of the figure, it would have been nice to see them, update the hips, kind of like they did Ares. Update the hips and the shoulders, because this shoulder is stuck. It hardly wants to move up and down. But you get a little bit of silver painted on there. With the right side, it doesn't look bad. And on the left side, it's down from where it should be. It's painted not where it should be. He has some texturing to his suit. It looks pretty good. And you get that. For some reason, they painted the blue on here, and it just looks really bright and out of place. And as you can see, the gray right there is painted horribly. The right side is better on it. I'm not sure why. Like, the paint on this left side is like nobody even cared when it was put on, But the right side isn't too bad. I mean, you can see it's missing a little bit of paint there. But the left side, it just looks terrible. You get some silver on his belt and on the pouches there. It's weird that that's the right side of the pouches, or the left side of the pouches, I should say. The left side of the pouches isn't painted silver. It's just the right side there. And that's really weird. Maybe it's that way in the movie, but you'd figure if this side was silver, this would be too. But it's the same on all sides, so that must be accurate. You get this silver line on his leg, and it's very wavy. Even on the right side there, you can tell that it kind of just waves a little bit. And it just doesn't look good to me. And you have that production number, or whatever that is, on the back of his leg, and that is very noticeable. They chose to paint the blue on, is the same with his gloves right here. They chose to paint the blue on, and they didn't even get the colors correct. This is a bright blue, and this is a really dark blue. So it would have been nice if they could have at least tried to match the colors up a little bit. You get some silver on the boots there. And it's not painted too bad. They came out kind of clean. And then you get some black right there on the soles of the feet. And that's about all to go over with this figure. Now I'll go over the articulation. Before I go over the articulation, I forgot to show that you can pop this head off, but you can't put this head sculpt on it. You can't put the Walmart exclusive in-game Captain America head sculpt on. As you can see, the peg hole is tiny. Plus, that would make his neck really tall. So that was another missed opportunity. They should have changed the peg or something so that you could put this head sculpt on it. But that's the best you're going to get, and that looks absolutely terrible. So now I will go ahead and go over the articulation. He has a ball-jointed head that can look back all the way. I am afraid I'm going to break the figure because the head does want to stick when you're doing that. There. It moves down just a little bit. His chin does hit on his huge neck there. He can move his head side to side. He has ball-jointed shoulders. The right side really doesn't move up, and the left side really doesn't either. So the only thing you're going to get from, I don't know if it's just mine, but the only articulation that you're going to get from the shoulders is just the up and down movement. Because I tried even boiling this, and it's still kind of stiff. I don't know if the plastic is stuck or what, because while I'm trying to move the shoulders there, as you can see, I'm moving his whole torso. He has swivel the bicep, double jointed elbow that can bend in all the way. It doesn't bend in all the way there because I have the shield on that arm. He has swivel at the wrist, or swivel at the forearm, and that is it. There is no swivel on the wrist. And also, now that I'm holding that to the light of my camera, as you can see, there's a little bit of silver painted on right there on his gloves, and that's not meant to be there. He has a ball-jointed diaphragm that can move back all the way, and really can't move forward much, and it can move side to side. He has these ugly ball-jointed hips that can do a complete split. And when you try to get him kicking forward, I think it's just the left side that makes this happen. But you move both of the legs, and I do not like that. So when you try to move the left hip, both legs move. It doesn't do it if you move the right leg, but yeah, if you're moving the left there, it will make both of the hips move for some odd reason. He has swivel at the thigh, double jointed knee, swivel at the ankle that can move down all the way, up all the way, and an ankle rocker. So overall, I'm not really a fan of the articulation. It probably wouldn't have been so bad if it didn't have so many problems with it. So now, let's do some size comparisons. Here he is next to the Walmart exclusive Hulk figure. This was way back from 2012, and he is much taller than Captain America. This is still, I think this is probably my favorite Hulk figure. Because, you know, it doesn't really look much like the movie version, so you could really use it in your comic display. Here he is, next to Hawkeye. And he is just a little bit taller. This is a figure I'd really love to see redone, because to me, I think he just has a really long, weird torso. And again, he uses those ugly, old, ball-jointed hips. So it'd be nice to see an updated version of this that didn't have a weird torso. Also, I am knocking everything down. Up next, here he is next to the MCU 10th anniversary Thor figure. And he stands just a little bit taller than him. Here he is next to the 10th anniversary Iron Man figure. There he is next to Iron Man. And finally, here he is next to Black Widow. And she is just a little bit shorter than him. This is also another figure that I'd like to see redone, mainly just because of the printing tech. And as you can see, the skin tones don't match, and the face sculpt isn't too bad. I mean, you can tell it's Scarlett Johansson, but it would be nice to see it redone with that printing tech and make it look even better than this version. So, overall, I am not a fan of this figure at all. I'm going to be totally honest. I really just bought it for the Build-A-Figure piece. It wouldn't be too bad if it didn't have the issues mine has, but I figured this is probably all of them. If you missed out on the 2015 version, or even the 2012 version, then I'd recommend picking this up. But if you already have that version of this figure, it really doesn't improve upon anything with that. Especially the head sculpt. If you have the Quantum Suit figure and the 2012 Captain America, you can put them together and make the version like I did. This one. And it's not painted exactly the same, but you could do that. So, overall, I wouldn't really recommend picking this up unless you really need it in your collection, or, you just really want this figure. So, that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.